Today we are going to solve the part of Excel for paper 3, October-November 2013. Create a new word process document. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. So open Word, and in the header just type name, center number, and candidate number. Save this evidence document in your work area as N3 evidence, followed by your candidate number. So file, save, evidence, followed by candidate number, say it's 9999 on desktop. This is the folder for November 13 paper 3, and press save. You will need this file later. Create a new folder called Igcse_web. So I'm going to new folder Igcse_web. I will put my file and my evidence. Because it's opened. Close my evidence here. You are going to prepare a spreadsheet for the Extreme Adventure Holiday Company, which has an office in Elmo, Australia. This office has 40 employees, and they used a spreadsheet to record the hours worked each week and calculate their pay. Display all currency values in euros with 2 decimal places. Use a suitable software package. Load the file n13m.csv. So desktop. Using suitable software package, load the file n13m.csv. You will open it from the folder n13emp. Just open it. It will open in Excel. Here it's coming from the right side. So from page layout, just click sheet right to left. Now on the left in the header, add the text week 13. So insert header and footer, and he said left in the header week 13. So here left we'll type week 13. On the right in the header, add the text last revision on, followed by an automated date and time. Here write on, and add automated date. Press on current date, comma, and current time. Place your name, center number, and candidate number left aligned in the footer of the spreadsheet. here left aligned. Here in the left, name, center number, and candidate number here. Then delete column D. So here, view, this is the page layout. We need to go back to normal. He said delete column D. So select here D, right click and press delete. Then delete rows 3 and 4. Here select 3 and 4, right click and press delete. Merge cells A1 to J1 so they become a single cell. From A1 to J1, from home, this is merge and center. Format the text in this cell so it's a white 18 point sans serif font. Format this cell so that it's center aligned and has a red background color. So first the red background color, this is red, and this one white with 18 sans serif. It means Arial, and already it's right aligned, so I recycled and it's Arial. Format cells P4 to P7 as currency, and first of all he mentioned at the beginning that all the currency values in euros with 2 decimal places. So the cells from B4 to P7, B4 to P7, right click, format cells. Here is currency, and the symbol is euro. This is the euro, or you can pick it from down. This is the euro, and it's 2 decimal places, and press OK. Save the spreadsheet and print a copy of cells A1 to J19 only, showing the values. So now we are going to save file, save as, and we will save it as Excel workbook, so all the functions or the formulas will be kept. Save. And he wants to print a copy of cells A1 to J19 only, showing the values. Make sure that the contents of all cells in this range are fully visible and that the printout fits on a single portrait page. So first of all we have to select the whole sheet and then double click between any 2 columns, so all the data will be fully visible. And then from A1 to J19 we will select A1 J19, then go print and pick selection only and make preview. And from the page setup we need to portray and fit to one page white tool and press OK. Then he says, then cells A10 to P18 are going to be used as a lookup array. You may need to manipulate these cells for the lookup to work. Use these cells to create a named range called code. Use a screenshot to show how you created this named range and place this in your evidence document. So from A10 to B18, from A10 to B18, I will going to name it as a range, name a range, and I will make it as code. The name is code, and press OK. Before I press OK, I will take print screen or a screenshot. Just print screen and go to your evidence. Here, this one, and write this is step 11, a named range, step 11, named range, and then you are going to paste it. In cell D22, use a lookup function to show the job description. Use the job code column for the lookup value and the range code for the array. Replicate this function for each employee. So in D22, press OK. In D22, insert function VLOOKUP. The lookup value, he said it's the column job code. So this one is the lookup value, the job code. The table array, he said that this is the named range code, and the column index number, this is 2. And now the range lookup is a logical value to find the closest match in the first column, sorted in ascending order, true or omitted. Find an exact match, false. So we have to type false to find an exact match. As soon as we type false, now he said snowboard instructor. Press OK, and this is B. If you see B here, it's snowboard instructor. So after this replicate, we just come here and double click. All of the employees will have the job description. The hours worked by all employees were the same as their contract hours, excepted the following: the name and the hours worked. If you can notice here, we have contract hours and we have hours worked. First of all, we are going to copy these hours for all as the hours worked, and we have to change only these mentioned in the paper as the new one. Mattia Polt, it's 28. This is Mattia Polt. It's not 25, it's 28. And after this, it's Alessandro Miserli. It's 32. This one 32. And Julian Praster, 22. Julian Praster, 22. And the next one, Tim Fru, it's 0. Then Luke Karim is 25. 25. And Andre Jude, it's 28. Andre Jude, 28. Leonardo Jude, 17. It's 17. Dicky GC is 27. Dicky GC, it's 27. Noah Wurgler, 25. Alice Theony, 26. Arnie Butcher, 12. and then Dicky Heats is 20. Is 20. Till here we finished the editing in the hours worked for the employees in the table. In the hours worked column, place the number of hours worked for each of the employees. Now we finished. In cell F63, use a function to calculate the total number of hours worked by all employees. So F63 total number, so I will make insert formula and I will make sum, and the range of the sum will be for the whole column for the hours worked for the employees. It will be 933. Then in cell G22, use a formula to look up the rate of pay for this employee. This will use the pay code to look up the value from the rate of pay table. Use both absolute and relative cell references. So in cell G22, 22 fx v lookup, the lookup value will be as he mentioned here. This will use the pay code to look up the value from the rate of pay table. So here the pay code, this one, and the table array will be this one, but we have to make it locked or absolute reference and relative reference. So select this one and make F4, press F4, and the column index 2, and press OK. Then replicate, just double click, all will be replicated. We have to type the exact match as false to bring the exact match for this cell. Then in cell H22, use a formula to calculate the basic pay for this employee. This will multiply the rate of pay by the number of hours worked. For the basic pay, it will be equal the number of hours worked multiplied by the rate of payment. Press enter and then double click to replicate for all employees. Overtime pay is only paid to employees who work more than their contract hours. It's only paid for the extra hours that they work. Overtime pay is only paid to employees who work more than their contract hours. It's only paid for the extra hours that they work. In cell I22, use a formula to calculate any overtime pay for this employee. It's calculated by multiplying the extra hours. It means the work or the hours worked minus the contract hours more than their contract hours by the rate of pay and dividing this by 2. So in cell I22, we're going to put a logical formula. It's if function equal if, open bracket, if the hours worked more than the contract hours, so bring the minus between the hours worked minus the contract hours, multiply this by the rate, then divided by 2, or maybe multiply by half. Other else you will put 0 and close the bracket and press enter. Already this one, no overtime payment because already the hours worked equal the contract hours, so no overtime. Replicate, so we will double click for all. Cell J22, use a formula to calculate the total pay for this employee. So in cell J22, we are going to add to sum. Maybe we'll make it by sum, or maybe we are going to make it by the normal, adding the plus, so equal this one plus this one, and press enter. This is the total payment. It means the basic pay plus the overtime pay. Replicate this one for all employees. Replicate this, the formula entered in steps 15 to 18 for each employee. We just did it. In cell J63, use a function to calculate the total pay for all employees. In cell J63, insert formula, the sum, and the range will be from here to the last employee, and press OK. Apply appropriate formatting to all cells. Now, as we mentioned at the beginning of the paper, that already all the currency has to be with euro with 2 decimal places, as we made the cells from B7 from B4 to B7. So here the same format, just click here anywhere, format painter, and the basic pay here, format painter, the overtime pay, give it the same format, and the format painter again to bring the total payment. And now this is will take euro currency, no, because this is the total of number of hours worked, but only here format painter to give this one. Just double click to make it more to be totally visible. Then save and print the spreadsheet showing the formula. Make sure only the cells in rows 20 to 63 are displayed. It is in landscape orientation. The row and column headings are displayed. The contents of all cells are fully visible. So here, first of all, from formula, I will make show formula and select the whole page, the whole sheet, and double click between any two columns to make all the data fully visible. So he needs from which cells? From row 20 to 63. So from row 20 to 63, all the cells shown here, and print selection, preview, page setup. He needed to what? In landscape orientation, so here we will select landscape, fit to one page, and from the sheet here I will select row and column headings and press OK. Here I can see the columns, all the formula are shown here. The VLOOKUP, we have two VLOOKUP, we have the multiplying, we have the if formula, and we have the plus, and this is the sum for all. Week 13, here I have the header week 13, last revision on, and name, center number, and candidate number, and just press what? Print. Print the entire spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure the printout fits on a single page wide and its orientation to portray the contents of all cells are fully visible. So again we are going to make from the formula, we're going to hide the formula and go back to the value again and select the whole sheet, double click between any two columns. This is the values as we made it before, and we're going to print the whole sheet, preview, page setup, the page we needed portray, fit to one page, and he didn't mention about the rows and the columns headings, and press OK. This is the whole sheet with the heading, with the header and the footer. Down. and press print. He says extract only the employees who worked overtime and have the word instructor in their job description. So here in this one, I will go to data menu and filter the hours worked. I will select already extract only the employees who worked overtime and have the word instructor in their job description. So in their job description, all contains instructor. It means I will select this one, the job description, all the words which has instructor, sky instructor, snowboard instructor, training instructor, this one instructor, only these four, and press OK. And have overtime, it means all the values except the 0, and press OK. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hide rows from 3 to 19 inclusive. So from row 3 to 19, home menu, format, hide rows, then hide columns B, C and E. So select column B, C and E. So select column B, press Ctrl C and E, and format, hide columns, print, extract showing the values. Make sure the printout fits on a single portrait page wide. The contents of all required cells are fully visible. Overtime pay, basic pay, rate, hours worked. Here it's okay. Then we are going to print, preview. This one he mentioned in which in portrait page wide, and contexts are fully visible. This is it with the header and the footer, and just press print until here we finished with Excel.